need to frag out. They need to get those kills on the board. They need to start really pressuring teams up the ante, and we are about to jump in and see exactly what teams are up to. No surprises seeing where team gates go. Will anyone challenge? It looks like they're all alone, so a lot of the drops we've come to expect, at least into this game, we'll be getting away with it. We'll see if anyone down the line decides to maybe go for something a little bit hotter and maybe hot drop in towards one of these teams.
Starting on the southeast, ending on the northwest. It's a pretty nice playing path. That'll open up the entirety of Erangel. You might see a little bit of a long shoot if anybody wants to go down to Promos. We've seen a few teams. We saw 3 there, actually, at one point yesterday. One team opting to go back to the Little Yellows on that west coast. So if people want to get a vehicle, that'll really be the only long shot we're seeing Wildcard Gaming. Some of the top fraggers at the moment, they'll go Millibase. They're going to be on their own. Team Gates again, another team that's all the way up the top in contention for that #1 spot. They're going to take Novo, and they're going to be happy because no one's going to give any kind of pressure onto them and force them out. And they did have a bit of an engagement in a battle in the previous round, but again, they came out on top. It was clean, it was concise. They had all 4 players remaining. They've got 60 points straight off the boot. Now, the interesting one is, do we see anything again over the North Georgia Pole? We saw in the last one. I mean, we saw the Pachinki Bandits. They had a bit of a, a bit of fun there. They did. They kind of chilled. Again, it's one of those moments where I look towards Gankstars, though, Lauren. If you poke the bear, you're going to get the claws. It's a damn good team. It's America's #1 for an absolute reason. We've
got a bit of a scuffle over getting vehicles here as well. Looks as though they've gotten away scot-free. There's no one really taking the damage.
Are you already?
It's unreal, isn't it? Rolex just has it all.
Pan 3 and is that's?
We're certainly not on the PC anymore, Rich. Look at this loot. It's brilliant.
Streamer loot, man. Come on.
Can we just take a second to appreciate as well how darn good this has all been, and it's all off the Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
It's fantastic.
It's amazing.
It's absolutely amazing. The whole platform itself, the spectator mode, the UI.
It's next level.
For me, it's the scene as a whole. Coming into this, the size of the scene has been fantastic. The support that the players and the fan base shows is absolutely incredible. But
Rich,
as you just noted, Lauren.
Yeah, a little bit of something's about to go down here. This could be an early fight for Rozhok.
There's a play flank in here.
Yeah, indeed, but third person. Look at this. This is where third person comes in. Clay gets the tag, but not the frag. But he could get potentially 2 if they keep peeking out. He's got good gear as well. He can stick around for this fight. He does not need to back away. He can lock these guys into pretty much where they are. They can't leave this situation unless one of them hits or gets a good flank on, which I don't think they can. The team, which is going to be Zen Gamers, should be supporting Clay here.
The thing they has to be aware about is not only the flank, but the crossfire. One steps up and he steps out. Second player's coming up. No HP at all. That's his teammate from afar. That came in from nowhere. Look at that.
Nightel just saved him so well. This is the crossfire I'm talking about. The good positions coming in for Zen Gamers, holding the push.
This could be a wipe.
And this could be big. 2 knocks already. Very impressive. Do they push on this, though?
I mean, that guy is going very, very wide. You can see him up on the hillside. That leaves Richie, the last man in the middle, to try and get the res off for 2 of those individual players. They are going to crawl back, walking wounded themselves. They might be able to bring this back to 3 people, which they will. Are we actually looking at a different... Nope, we're still looking at this one. You had a quick peek over at Severny. Okay, so back together now. And I like the fact that on the opposing side of Zen Gamers, they haven't just gone rushing in here to die. They're going to play this one very methodical. It's a good play.
Can we just appreciate the different look we're seeing in Georgia Pole right now? We've seen different teams going different places. We'll check in with that maybe when this fight dies down, because it looks like they're gearing up to go again. But you can see on the map, Team 1 is Gankstars, and they're currently down in South Georgia Pole. In the north, you've got 2 very different teams. You've got Lights Out up there, and Team 10, which is Winsanity, Dragoon and Co. Really going to be taking over exactly where Gankstars like to be. So this could put them in a maybe new position. These were the firm favorites coming into this tournament, and now they're not getting their prime looting spot. Let's see if they maybe get denied some of those smokes, because we know what happens in these areas and the way loot is dispersed. It's very dense towards the northern side of Georgia Pole, so you can get all those smokes, everything you need. In the south, you can still get that good military loot, but can they get as much out of it?
I mean, they've been pushed out of the home territory. They won't have their loot pass and their loot routes that they're normally taking. I mean, we've seen several times Gankstars just hopping between the roofs on the apartments because that's what they do. They know where to go. They've got it down to very, very finely tuned looting. Down there, yes, okay, they're going to get plenty of loot, don't get me wrong. Over on the crate side, we've already seen some of them. They're just geared out the nines within a matter of minutes, to be honest with you. It's going to be easy peasy for them. The bigger question I want to ask is, when you look towards Lights Out, they've come up here. They've come onto home territory. They were one of the favourites coming into this event. Right now, they're not in the best of position for a Championship Sunday. The bigger question is, do they care anymore? Do they smell blood? They just want to go for the #1 team and try and take them off the pedestal.
Potentially. I mean, this is the thing that's going to be in the back of a lot of the minds here. And at the moment, Dragoon and co, they should be fine. They shouldn't get too much of a challenge here. It looks like they're seeing if there's anyone around. They probably saw another team drop and you're thinking, is that Gankstars or is that someone else? You're not going to find it too easy to tell. But for now, they can just continue their loot. They can try and get into this one. The Rozhog battle still kind of going on. A bit of a back and forth there. No one able to truly break away. You could argue that Team 8, which is Zen Gamers, did get the upper hand of the early exchange, but you can see the revives have come through for those guys, and they're back in an okay position. Loot-wise, not ideal, though.
They're swinging around them, though. Unless they've been spotted.
But you can't cross that road. You know what can happen in third person.
Especially with the hill that's on the opposing side of the road.
Rich.
You literally... Oh, dear. This ain't good.
Yeah, this is a very risky play, and those guys and that guy might be feeling the full force of Zenly. Oh, how is he alive?
No idea, but he's not caught for the other two. In fact, they'll definitely get called out. You just saw the blood spatter. Hop, skip, and a jump. He might just escape with his life. How they've made it over, I do not know, but the oncoming fire is there. A little bit of suppression. So now they've got them boxed in. It all depends. What are they looking like on meds? What are they looking like on gear in the utility? Quite a lot of them have already been tabbed up. 2 of them have already been knocked. You can see that the utility itself is damaged. One of them doesn't even have a chest, so to speak. Durability was looking red on some of the players on the opposing side. And again, you can't get yourself back to 100% HP. You are fighting a losing battle.
The one thing that scares me for those guys, I didn't see one AR. They had SMGs, shotguns. We only checked in, I think, on 2 or 3 of their players, so one of them could potentially be better geared. But they're eyeing them up with pistols right now. This could be a huge loss for them if they do get caught out early. And it looks like another man going to maybe make that mad dash, potentially. Could be looking for a way out of here more than anything, because they're just simply not getting the loot they need.
I mean, look at this, Lauren. He's literally surviving on stims. He's boosted up, and his health is slowly...
Has got an M4 at least. That is something.
Slowly regenning, but yeah, but it's going to take time. I mean, if they come across now and they catch him at 40% HP with no chest or helmet, that's a GG no re, unfortunately, and a very easy kill.
Yeah.
Still, no one confirmed just yet. In fact, 2 players have already left, as in game number 6. Look further afield over to the sweet, sweet city of Yasnaya Polyana. Up in the northern region, we'll see 1 team. On the opposing side, we do see Team 25.
Marciano Gaming and G25. That's a big ongoing battle.
Yeah.
I love that between these guys. It's consistently been that back and forth. Who gets what? Who gets away scot-free? Last time, G25 lost out on that player early. So they only had 3 players to work their way forward with and still finished quite nicely in game 1.
What was it? I think they had 5th place. They rushed in and pretty much annihilated what was left of Wildcard.
Yep.
They managed to eliminate them and take them down, so jumping some points. And again, still making it up there. Oh,
wait.
That was a shotgun kill from Richie.
That's pretty impressive. If somehow...
That's a long
If those guys
dink.
are actually outdoing Zen Gamers here, this could be really, really interesting. That guy, for those guys, might have... They're going for it. They're pushing on this. That's insanity. They're dashing across the road. They are going with no cover, no smokes. They're just pushing on this one.
That was Night Owl's chance to really shine, though, and catch them going across the road. Unfortunately, he did not. We'll see how this one comes in. Denki steps in with the MAC-10. Ooze him down, shotguns him. There's 1, there's 2. See you later, friends. That's insane. How have they been allowed to do this? They have rallied themselves back. Once again, they'll be able to get their teammates up.
Here comes the response, though. Night Owl and Clay on the way. Maybe they can try and avenge their fallen teammates. Clay could be the big difference maker here. Level 1 vest, but everything else looking good. Going to spot a player, going to try and run to deny the line of sight. He's going to do that. Takes down 1, but there's still 3 to find. Can he continue this sort of pressure? Where's the next couple of players? A nade, a smoke, a flash, something. Here we go. There's that Molotov up high. That guy looking for an angle, though. But Night Owl's got that covered. This is a huge battle about to go down. That Molotov looks pretty good, too.
More importantly, it's just keeping them all at bay. They are all smashed into oblivion at the moment. I mean, what?
Here comes
5
the
HP,
push.
10 HP. They're pushing around, and they got a shot. Instantly just taps him away. There's 1 left in the window, but he goes down as well. And now the cleanup crew, it's arrived on time.
There's 1 guy remaining. That's that guy in the heels. Go down, get done. Somehow, some way, Zen Gamers held on. They lost out on 2 players. Derpy and I think it was Zenly Gaming actually got caught out. But I'm so surprised that those guys made that push.
Head in hands.
That was insane from them. That was a very, very aggressive, very, very unique, unheard of sort of play, going for that sort of brazen push. And that's the first team gone now. They made the bed that they now need to lay in as well.
It's upsetting. It's quite deflating because you kind of touched on it a little bit. It was the fact that it was the weaponry, it was the gears, it was the utility, it was the meds that kind of became the real issue for them. There was no way to get back to 100% HP, even let alone 75% HP. The shotguns, all right, they made it work. I have no idea how they managed to take out 2 players initially, get the initial pick, then go through and follow it up with another 2. So they don't come out of that unscared. They come out with 30 points, but still, 30 points is nothing, absolutely nothing compared to a last place finish. That is so brutal and so bad.
Yeah.
Again, on the opposing side, don't get me wrong, they're still in it as Zen Gamers, but at what cost? They lost half of their team within the first few minutes of the game.
Very scary times. And while all this happened, a lot of early action, the circle has come through. So towards the eastern side, but still pretty central. Looks like potentially you're going to see maybe, I guess, shelter in the little towards the west of it being the central point of this circle. So there's plenty of room still. No need to get overly, I guess, assertive towards trying to take areas on the map just yet. So teams can take their time, but they could run into someone if they're being a little bit hap-handed here.
Rotations moving through. A few of them going to go early. Blue is moving in and moving people more towards the eastern side of the map. It's not all the way on the east towards Lipovka. It's kind of homing in around the shelter areas. So Milta, you'll be sitting pretty if you decided to drop there and loot early. Same goes for Mansion area. Pachinki, again, if you want to drop in there from the initial start, you would have been happy. Hotit's team, though, actually, they lost 2 initial players. We've only just kind of realised on that one, unfortunately. They're not having the best of starts when it comes to games. We saw yesterday they were losing players left, right and centre in Pachinki, and then once again they've lost 2 off the bat already.
Seeing the Girthy Dingoes and Derek's Killers here. Derek's Killers, I want to see what they can do in this one. They're Team 17, so if you're wondering which ones are which, Team 17 is Derek's Killers, Team 13 is the Pachinki Bandits.
As a side note as well, I just want to make a quick comment. The Gankstars are still outside in the blue. They're hanging around hospital. They've yet to find vehicles, and they're all on foot, which is a little bit unlucky. Bone does go down. M4, the laser beam that is. Level 2, level 2. Easy kill for him. Moves up into the roof of Hagrid's house. 15 points in the bag.
That was 1 player from the Girthy Dingoes. That wasn't someone too close by, if I'm not mistaken. So again, it's a little bit of a weird position coming out from some of these players. I think people are just trying to get that prime real estate very early on. We'll check in with the teams towards the top 3 pretty soon, just see where they're at. A lot of drops towards the southeast. That could be a nice pickup, but Fatboy there finding a kill. And he could be finding some more. That's a great angle from Fatboy. Slazer gets punished. This is huge play from them. They are locking in Team 7, which we know has now been G25. They've had this consistent back and forth, and at the moment, it looks like Marciano Gaming are coming out very much on top.
A few of the nades coming through, just hits the window. Unfortunately, doesn't realise he's on the opposing side, but still, they may have done enough damage here to cause them all kinds of problems, trying to flush this last player out. You have to be careful of this one player. Oh, gets him in the back lines. Down he goes. That's a second knock now. 2 players remaining for G25. This is not looking great for them whatsoever. Here comes the big aggressive push. 1 still upstairs in the building. They've got 2 on the back lines behind them they need to be aware of. Initial bullets come through, so they've had a bit of a warning shot, so they definitely are aware of where these last 2 are.
Yeah, but can they find them? That's the scary thing. It looks like the other side is still trying to hold on. Crypto's gone down, though. This looks like all but over. Your last man alive. No, tell a lie. Slazer got revived, so he's back into this. It's a 2v4, and they've kind of switched positions now.
We've seen this time and time again. They keep surviving these engagements, Lauren, and making it out of Yasnaya and doing quite well and pushing through easily to the top 5, top 7 range, but this time...
I don't think it's going to happen this time.
No. Oh, saying that, this will be a good knock if he does get it, which he does. They should have had some clue, though, there. I'm surprised he decided to go for that run, to be honest with you. He's been there all this time. Third person again, he can see exactly where they are. There isn't any bullet penetration on the wall, so they'll be okay.
Molotov, though.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
speaking about
good.
bullet pen, it doesn't matter when there's a molly that goes through, now it'll just burn to a crisp.
But now he can actually make a move. They can try and move up, get some more pressure. Bullet needs to heal because that Molotov was right on him. And they can get that revive if they want to, if they can find that cleanly. Now they need to watch the angle, though. Slazer's back there. Can this nade do it all? That would be a throw and a half. Up and over we go. I think that might potentially even go in. It did, but Slazer just moved out of the way.
He sees where Slazer is. The pre-fire's there. He opts to not go for it again. SMG versus the M4. The M4 looks pretty kitted as well. I'm seeing an under barrel and front barrel attachment. Able to control that spray pattern rather easily. And again, 5.56 is going to smash you to oblivion if it hits you in the head. Level 2 kits across Marciano Gaming as well. Question is, will they breach this? Will they force the engagement? Do they have to? The players upstairs, one of them's already been knocked, so he's definitely damaged. Might be lacking a helmet if he's been tapped in the head. And again, they're just kind of feeling this one out. There's no one on the backside, so if they don't hear them, that's the most important thing. They'll be listening for the footsteps if they haven't seen them. They need to know they're still there at the moment on the opposing side of G25. It looks like they're standing still, so maybe they don't know they're there. Slazer's wandering around. He might have just given up the information. Meanwhile, fight over in the barns.
Pharaoh's squad and Girthy Dingoes here. They've been kind of very close by to each other, but at the moment, it does look like Pharaoh's squad are doing quite well for themselves. Maybe catching a straggler there as the rest of the Girthy Dingoes who've been cut to size are going to try and get away from this.
45 points in the bag, so 3 kills already within the first 15, 16 minutes of the game. It's going well for them so far. They've just been very aware in case these other loose players are just straggling around the edges of the bar.
They breached the building? It looks like they have.
Another fan seeing it, Lauren. Another fan seeing it. They're looking for these footsteps. Bullet is expecting the oncoming potential onslaught, and again, if they lose this battle, this will be devastating for their position currently. Going out in 19th place would be appalling.
Bullet's hearing all of this. They're going to be waiting for this. Zute's just fallen out of the car, potentially. I'm not sure what's going on. It looks like they're about to try and make the breach. They're going to go up another floor, clear out. They're being methodical, but Bullet's waiting on the other side. But he misses his chance. He misses the shot, and it looks like they're about done for. Slazer's trying to hold on. He's going to do everything he can. Swings out. Oh, he's going off. Slazer! What is that? Finally goes down, but he caused absolute mayhem on the way.
A battle for life and death. He did absolutely everything he could, but unfortunately he goes down against the last player. 3 knocks back to back to back. It's a banging effort from Slazer, but unfortunately his team will go down in 19th place, G25. A valiant effort, but this time Yasnaya, it becomes the burial ground for G25.
They didn't half put up a fight, though. If you're going to go down, that's the way you do it, through the fire and the flames. Now, Zute has had some real issues over for Gankstars. I'm curious what happened there. I think he fell out of the vehicle, got shot out of the vehicle. I don't know what happened, but I think they're going to be down to 3.
Seeing the bottom right, G25. Their run in game number 6 is over. So, bigger teams up the scoreboard again when you have these... Oh, lights out have gone? What? That's interesting. I literally we just saw them in the bottom corner. I didn't even see any of the... Are they still on the map? We'll look through this. They were team number 2. We'll check to see if we can confirm that, but I didn't... That's, if they are, I mean, there is 17 teams there, so that would pretty much suggest that Lights Out have gone out in 18th place. That's not good at all. No, that's the team that were trying to chase up the leaderboard.
Yeah, this is a really weird one. So Gankstars are down to 3. We've seen Lights Out go down. We've seen a lot of weird kind of things happen very early on without it being necessarily forced or unforced errors. It's just kind of happened to some of these teams. Very, very interesting. I'm wondering what's happened there. It looks like the crunch is going to be towards the northwestern side if it keeps going this way. A lot of teams heading through that sort of, I guess, angle of approach. So Team 18 heading through. That's Team Fandy going to work their way in. And I think they might be going past potentially Team Gates there. I'm not 100% sure. Team Gates took a bit of a journey up towards that position, but here we are with Team 12, which is foul play. Not surprising to them in a position like this. And you'll be seeing that from the mind of SolidFPS. This is a very well-known position if you play a lot of competitive PUBG, these sort of spots. It looks like they're going scouting for this potentially, Gankstars. Oh no, actually Beowulf's been left on his own.
Could be a scenario where they just leave him in the back lines. One of them's going to go out, be the scout and say, okay, no one's actually here, boys, so maybe we bring the rest in. Or the call may have been from the IGL, no, don't bother with it. Let's not even take the chance. We're already down to 3 individual players. Let's not lose anybody else for the sake of testing the waters with a building. Team 14, Shafera up there on the way down. Move across to Cotto.
Team Gates.
Team Gates. Down the barrel of the minute. Tap, tap, tap away, trying to finish this one off. Heavily damaged player from this side of Team Bandit. Angry, though, has just caught 2 players. In fact, Angry and Beowulf in the kill feed. That's 2 back-to-back. Make that 3. Fury's involved as well. Where's all that happening? Is that another team that's just been completely wiped and confirmed?
Yeah, I think they just tried to roll up on the Gankstars, and you don't get away with that.
They're still going, Lauren.
I think we've still got a listening, though, queued up here with Team Gates. So I really want to know how they're dealing with this pressure coming in from the north. Gankstars, they'll be able to survive for now. We know what they're like. You can't roll up on them. But let's check in with Team Gates and hear from them, because we haven't heard that much from them yet.
Yeah, he bought it. Practice.
He won it.
Bale's good. Where are these guys at? I bet you they're here in this marker, dude. I bet you they're there. Any first aids? Only have one.
No, I'm good.
Can I have one though? You guys have any first aids?
You counting smoke?
Here, Rolly, come to me.
I got frame leg.
I got 3 smokes.
I got frame leg hard.
Thank you.
Counting smoke. Alright, Carl. Oh, same road.
Where?
Same road. 195. They're gone.
It was a car? It was a car?
I see them. I got 2 hit markers. 3. Ooh. So close. Dude, I wrecked them. They're literally one shot, dude. I can't wait to watch that.
Number 15, they stopped. 2 yellow houses, single story.
Circle's closing right now, so pretty sure they're going to be taken by this time.
It's nice to hear about discussing, okay, what have you got in the tank? What do we have for meds? What do we have for smokes? Where's the utility? Let's count this one up. We've got a bit of time that we can chill for now, but let's get ready for the next engagement and the next circle when it happens.
And this could be a third party coming in because Marciano Gaming just came from the north and they might be folding in towards the team that was being called and discussed. I think they're there. I've put the marker down. That's Team 18, so Team Fandy could be in some real trouble. Let's see if they continue to push this. They're looking in the right directions for it. They're playing very much on the edge of the blue. You can see this, but oh no, it's the last man alive. It's a bushwookie.
Feels bad.
It does.
It's not exactly the best color as well to try and hide.
No.
Purple on green plant.
It's a look. It's not necessarily a good look, but it's a look.
I mean,
that's going to be the game plan for the rest of this.
You do what you can, right? That VSS is still kicking off in the kill feed. That's Beowulf again. That's the second time we've seen get a knock with that thing on the opposing side. Still more kills coming through. Beowulf again. That might be the confirmed.
It looks
that
like
VSS,
it.
So that'll be another 15 points in the tank there. Kajino's side here.
Just some dudes.
20. Just some dude just doing some work. Beowulf again. This kill feed. What is he looking at? Who is he shooting here? Is that a team up on the backside of the hill? It's just constantly over and over again.
That's underrated. They're playing potentially off the back of the underground shelter, and I'm pretty sure Gankstars did move in towards that compound, so they're shooting from the windows towards that kind of plateau. Yeah, exactly that. So they've got a really nice line of sight, but doing that work with a VSS is not easy. I think we've all had a go at it, but that is very tricky work, but you can expect that level of play from someone like this. Gankstars still in a good position for now, very much on the cusp of the new circle has come in, but they've kept the other team on the back foot here. They've made them work for that.
For now is the key word there, because if this circle goes away from them, they don't get the hard shift.
Yep.
It's very open ground they have to move from. So as we say that, we're just hearing bullets kicking off in the background.
Wildcard Gaming.
Wildcard Gaming team rocks up on them, and unfortunately, it will be their demise. 2 players go down. There's still more lingering around here. Where's the rest of that team?
I think they might just found the last one.
That was the wipe, wasn't it? So 2 just turned up and went out. Okay, fair play. 14 teams still alive.
Yeah, good for Wildcard Gaming to get themselves a couple of kills while we've been seeing this go down. Marciano Gaming, though, under pressure there. Looks like they've got a bit of a trade going back and forth. Hector trying to keep things interesting for themselves. So that's Team 15. Keep your eyes on that in the kill feed. Derek's Killers, though, they could be the ones who turned up. Now, they were having a good game yesterday, but feeling maybe not quite on point today.
Circle collapse imminent. Everyone now just moving in. There's absolutely zero room whatsoever. Spooby, he's down, he's dead. Finishes off Clay as well, who may have been the walking wounded. That's the DP doing work. Tommy Gunn as well in the kill feed. We'll take a look at Parker's POV. Again, we saw early on, they lost 2 initial players. Hot Jukes with the Kar 98, trying to see if he can find a face here. All 4 players alive here for Wildcard Gaming.
Winsanity just went out as well. We're losing some big names here in this kind of middle to late game. A lot of teams still alive, 13. So we've got some unique teams in this. We haven't seen this position. The big heavy hitters, I guess you could still are in this. You've got Wildcard in there. You've got Team Gates in there. Of course, Gankstars in there. You've got a lot of the big names still sitting okay. But you've got to be looking at the Marciano Gamers, or Gaming, excuse me. They should still be ones to be keeping your eyes on because they had some good performances so far.
I mean, this circle, it will, the story be dictated.
Gankstars,
it was a bit of a
circle.
A yin and yang scenario with the road going straight through the middle of it, but unfortunately there's no cover whatsoever. The only cover is going to be to do what this man's just done.
We know
Owls might live in trees, but this one's going to be on the floor. Finds him as he comes flying around the corner. Beowulf again with the VSS.
Did you just steal that?
Potentially, yes, tacking up because at the moment he's getting tabbed in the back again.
Beowulf, what
constantly.
is that?
This weapon is just smashing people around, and so he's angry now, stepping up to the plate. He finds Clear with the mini. They just have so much range. That's the good thing about the VSS. It comes with an ACOG built into it and a viewfinder.
Look at the control as well from Beowulf. This guy's an animal. I don't know how much ammo he's got in the bag. Then gamers go down. The scary thing for Gankstars is one of the sides is a little bit open. That's the one thing. And I'm wondering where the rest of the teams go. It looks like... Oh, wow. Team Gates are going southern side. That could mean Gankstars get some more pressure. They are going to be under some real firefights soon. You can see everyone trying to find that little bit of respite, but the VSS... Oh, he can switch up to the Vector. Can they get away from this? It looks like this could be done for Team Hectic. They do roll up, and this could be a disaster.
It's smoking. The smokes are out for other teams as well. It's time to go. They know it's time to roll. Spray down comes through with the M4. Look at all those bodies, and Beowulf still bagging them. Alchemy comes in, so does G-Bay. Beowulf again finishes off Josh. He's down. Medal, he's gone as well. Gankstars, they are absolutely playing on fire.
Let's see if we're going to see the same sort of thing from Team Gates. You can have Sam just keeping tabs on any of the compounds trying to push in. They found early safety here, the two teams we're really looking at, which is going to be Team Gates and Gankstars holding the line so far, although they have got a knock it. They're not in the perfect position. Kodo's already gone down. They need a smoke, and they need the revive fast.
He's backing off from the vehicle, because if that thing goes up and he's near
it,
he
will
will
go
they're
down. Fighting against.
Oh, so they've turned up to the party. Fair play. They've got themselves a little bit of a ditch so now. They can work off the back of the vehicle, but what they're going to do from here, vehicle goes up. He gets found through the smoke as well. He's down. Good, straight out the window. Rewind comes in, finds Carnage in response to that. But he will be out in the open, Lauren. You really can't get a res there.
No, but the Blues on their back. Now we're going to see Wildcard working their way forward. Let's see if they can try and make it away from this. Angry, still living up to that name, putting bullets into anything he sees moving. Aggressive, looking for the fights. Wildcard working their way forward. You can see the smoke lines beginning. They have to get past Team Gates. They're locking them out right now, and they're terrified. Lucifer doesn't know where to go at the moment. There's so many potential threats, and as we know, it's Team Gates waiting Rolex. He knows what time it is. This could be huge for him. SolidFPS, he's created his own little compound here out of vehicle. Smart play, trying to get maybe a kill steal or two, but Samuel in the background going to be finding one. But in the car they go. They're making a mad dash for it. This could be risky as hell.
And there's the players from TG just laying on the floor, still there. He's causing all kinds of problems. Death from behind. He steps up at the right time and just annihilates players. Rolex going huge right now. Hot Jukes comes in. He takes out Rolex, put a stop on that one, but he goes down from the blue. Back to back, three players he's just picked up by sitting there. That's amazing.
That looks like a wipe coming in indeed. Marciano Gaming going to be going down and out, but let's keep up with the action because Team Gates are still in the fight. Carnage causing exactly that. Going to be really applying pressure, and with that northern circle coming through, this is excellent positioning for them. Gankstars need to be working their way now. They've got the southern side, we've got Team Gates holding the northern side, and everyone else in the extremities, you've got a hard fight on your hands.
SolidFPS and the boys, they'll do what they can. They're not inside the circle. It's going to be rough because they have to go across the road, and there's two teams perpendicular, both sides of the circle, just watching them. The Gankstars, they have a hill to their left-hand side. They have a team directly behind them, so they need to be very careful and very aware. Solid goes for the run, but the corn, it's up. It's on the edge. They can see exactly where he goes. Vehicle comes flying through. Everfury will be calling that one out. Angry answers the call. He's directly in front of him as well. Everyone just rocking these M4s, ready to accept any battle that comes flying their way.
Look at everyone just trying to stay the hell away from the Gankstars, but it is going to be Team Gates they're going towards. Pick your poison at this point. There's no easy way about this. Try and get into this one. Try and find some cover. You're not going to get any. Thunder goes down. Samuel on the other side. Memo swings out of the car, but he's under fire. Pressure everywhere. This is madness.
Everyone's fighting one another, and all of a sudden the Gankstars like, well, you know what, boys? While you're fighting, we'll just come in. We'll step up. We'll steal some of these kills. That's exactly what they're doing. Look at this. Angry onto Alchemy. Swoosh, he finds trolling. Fair enough, he's gone down, but all of a sudden, Gabby, we'll just see on the back lines, all four members.
Angry. This guy doesn't know what he's done. He's overextending, though. That's where it gets a little scary. And I think he just tried to reload, and he might be running a little low on ammo, so he has to be careful. But Beowulf's got his back. We've got 5 teams remaining, 10 players alive. There's a lot of stragglers here, but Everfury still looking for that next shot to come out. Beowulf did find Sneak in the end, and we are seeing people dying to the circle. New circle comes in, and that will mean, if I'm not mistaken, Gankstars have to work their way forward. They can't stay on their side. Alchemy gets knocked. Samuel Samel there as well. Oh, here we go. This could be a huge fight. This is what I'm looking for. You've got Team Gates up against Gankstars at the end of this one if they do end up surviving like that.
Samel with a pre-fight, he knows exactly where they are, but the bad thing about the position that the Gankstars are in, they are downhill. As soon as they come up on top of this, they're going to have two teams potentially being able to stare at them. There's only 9 individual players alive, but as you say, Lauren, this is going to be an absolute brutal battle. Individually skilled players that are going to have to really, really fight tooth and nail to get the hell into this circle.
It's a mirrored situation. You've got Team Gates with 3, you've got Gankstars with 3. Pick whichever team you want right now. I want to know who you guys are supporting at home. Put it in chat. I want to hear from you because Gankstars, they need to make their move and make it fast. Beowulf leads the charge. G-Bay feels the fury from him as Gankstars now need to prepare themselves. Do they have the smokes? Do they have the skill available? Because it looks like on the other side, Team Gates, they've prepared themselves. They've got the angles, they've got the position, but there's still 2 other teams who could spoil all of this.
Hotted just chilling in a little shack, hoping and praying that he can make his way all the way up here. In the kill feed, the random nades are going to go through. They're looking for these knocks, they're looking for the picks.
You've still got Underrated up there as well. They're still holding on.
But
they
look
could
at
be
the
spoilers.
smokes, Lauren.
Oh,
That's
here
all
comes the push.
Gankstars have. This is it. They only have the smoke to defend them. As soon as this goes and dissipates, it's the blue that's directly behind them.
Stayed.
The random nade finally found a target. That's incredible.
They're actually doing this. Beowulf up close to Buzz. He's trying so hard. He gets snubbed. G-Bay finds him. The nade comes through. It's Team Gates holding on. This surely is their moment right now. Down to 3 teams now. Gankstars have just completely been destroyed, it looks like. It is only 3 teams. We've got Hotted. We have Underrated. We have Team Gates. And it's now down to 2. Team Gates are on a tear.
All 2 players. This is it. Samel finds G-Bay looking for another one on the backside. He needs to get the call here. Rolex goes down.
It's a one-on-one.
He can give him the information though, Lauren. That's the thing.
It's a one-on-one. Alchemy up against Samel.
So
he
damaged.
might have the information, but who's got the nades? Who's got the smokes? Who wants this the most? Alchemy hits the
sniffer
deck.
dog. So
Alchemy
now we'll
takes
just give him
down.
that info.
But it doesn't matter, you had to do that. There's nothing else he could have done. Alchemy now just needs to play this out as best he can. He's not got any armor. He has nothing to work with, just the gun at his side. On the side, Samel lays down those nades, but he takes a peek. Oh, under the car! Alchemy, 1 shot would have had it. He's doing so well from the Samel, has to back away. Alchemy given a chance. But third person, he can see this. Alchemy now creeps his way forward, only 13 bullets in the clip. He's looking for that chance. That final circle is not with him. He's only got 10 seconds. Alchemy needs to make his move. 6 kills for Samel. This guy's been going off the entire game. And now Alchemy works his way forward, but the blue is moving. He doesn't have the time. Samel takes a shot, tries to bait him out. He might have just done that. Alchemy, is this all he's got? He's got 1 nade. This could be his 1 chance to get this done. Alchemy, how good is your arm right now? He's going to put the nade in. Samel, is he going to be on the receiving end of it? Samel's got to move. He's out now. He's in the open. He's looking for this fight. Alchemy, 13 bullets in this. That's all he's got left as the blue edges him closer. It's going to be pushing him further and further forward. He knows what he has to do now. Samel just waits on the other side, peeks out. Alchemy, he did everything he could, but it's Samel to close it down for Team Gates.
What a fantastic ending to a fantastic game, and it all comes down to a one-on-one engagement. Talk about holding your nerve till the very last moments of the game. Good Lord. I tell you what, though, the shots underneath the car. How did he not get that kill?
1 bullet could have changed the outcome. Underrated. These guys have turned up today. That is a huge pickup again from them. And hey, Hotted, you stayed alive. That is a great bit of work from him. But let's watch this again. How intense was this?
The movement forced him out of behind the car. He jumped into the shack. He didn't exactly know where he was until a few minutes after that one, but still been able to look through the windows with a third-person perspective, nips out the right time. The grenade just fell short. That would have been an absolute belter of a nade.
It would.
Had it just rolled a little bit further because it had tagged him up, allowed him to move up. But unfortunately, the blue was on his back. He was laid down. He had the circle, leans out of the shack, and just absolutely obliterates him with the M4. But still, one-on-ones, you love to see them.
You absolutely do. That's what PUBG's about. I think we're all waiting for an ending like that one, and what a way to provide it. I can't imagine what that's done to the standings either. I think that's going to shake it up again. I do not envy whoever's working out those standings where things go at this point, because that is going to be a hard one to be looking at, because it's going to open up that top 3. We haven't seen those same things over and over again. Sure, Team Gates are doing great. There's no taking that away from them. They're doing wonderfully. That's a big pickup for them to solidify what we saw yesterday. There's still so much more to be seen.
I mean, we saw G25 go down relatively early, to be honest with you. We also saw when we're looking towards Lights Out. Surprisingly, they're the team that we're going to be trying to crawl up the ladder, so they've been pincered back down now. But when you look towards underrated, you've got a first and a second back-to-back. And not only that, you've got plenty of kills in the bag as well.
They were doing good.
They're going to be
doing great. Yeah, I don't know. I need to look back at this one. I need to catch my breath. Let's take a little look back at what we just witnessed, because the action was great throughout.
This initial start, I mean, God knows how he managed to at least pick out 2 of them. It was a good start, opened up an avenue, but again, the lack of armor, the lack of utility, the lack of weaponry, to be honest with you, just ended up being the GG when it came for those guys. Another team that should have been at the top, that was doing so well, that looked that could have made a run on this one, but again, Clay just came in absolutely geared out of his mind, level 3 helmet, AKM, and just completely finished off the job and wiped them out. This shot was fantastic. We've seen that a few times, but again, this play in itself, Lauren.
Slazer, what a play.
He tried, but unfortunately, the last guy was just far too much. The 4v1 was real, and it could have been the dream. Keep running through these kills so you can get a glimpse of exactly how this last match unfolded if you wasn't here to join us, because you missed a fantastic game, and it all came down to this. The final shot down the red dot.
Wow.
It was the GG, and he landed it. Fantastic work, and kills in the bag as well.
I don't know what to say. They're the sort of games that can really take you out of this one, and it's just crazy.
What makes it good?
That this is on a mobile phone. It's on the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and it's amazing. Like it's real PUBG.
I can barely lean in game, let alone do it on a phone. I have no idea how they do it.
I'm blown away, and I'm sure you guys at home are doing just the same thing. So make sure you use that hashtag as well, the PMSC on Twitter. Let us know how you thought that one went down. Did you think that was gonna go the way it went? I don't know. I need to take a break. I need some fresh air. I need to get out of here. Guys on the desk, take it away.
Thank you very much indeed. Game number 6 in the books, and Team Gates, after 6 games, wins 3 of them. Crazy stuff coming out from them. But those last circles, that's some of the best action we've seen all tournament. That was amazing.
Literally have goosebumps, like mind blown at how insane that was from everybody. I mean, really impressed with underrated coming back, as Pansy and Sims pointed out. They finished 2nd and 1st today. Really impressive stuff. They have come to claim that 3rd place spot. You saw some really impressive work from Gankstars rotating early. They chose that berm out in kind of the middle there.